Are your student loans in default? Does the government seem to have its foot on your neck, depriving you of your precious money that you work so hard for on a weekly basis just to get one small check of a few $1,000s every couple weeks? Then they want to come just because you a little bit default on your student loans and take up to 15% of your money? What's that about? But it's the light in the middle of the tunnel. There's a little relief right now. If you're unaware right now, the CARES Act is giving everyone who's in default 6 months to keep your full payments. I'll tell you why. Good day, everyone. Here's the life. Well, first, let's address the elephant in the screen. This microphone here is one of my better microphones. Honestly, I've been trying to do a few things to my sound. I hadn't gotten it quite to where I want it yet. So I'm trying different things. I have 2 more microphones that I'm ordering now. The Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. And also, I think I'm ordering another lavalier mic. And also, I'm ordering a sound recorder. So I got a few things coming. I need to get my sound where I need. I have my lighting that's going good. Camera's great. I have a Canon 90D. If you aren't aware, I have a video posted way back when I first started this channel with this camera, which does an awesome job. But my sound, man, my sound isn't great yet. So that's why I put this mic right here, honestly. And it's been doing an okay job. I've had this mic, honestly, about 3 years now. Before I even started a YouTube channel. Just because it's a good mic to have. But I just took it out of storage, knocked the dust off, and put it in front of me. Kind of, it's a little bit large and obnoxious, but I like it. It gives good sound. Plus, it's a Rode video mic as well. It's just not a Video Mic Pro, but it kind of reminds me of like an NPR microphone. Like I should be this close to it, saying, "Well, the Dow Jones is." You know how like when they talk, they'll be speaking directly into the microphone on NPR. Then they have like smooth jazz playing in the background. Like the NASDAQ is up 15 points. And that's kind of the vibes getting up. But I digress. I'm babbling and I'm off subject. I want to give you your information. I know the structure of YouTube is that you want to give people the information they're asking for so that they remain on your channel. But I want to get my thoughts out as well. I feel like the world of YouTube itself, everyone's kind of become so monotonous and doing the same thing. It's like one way to do it, or you don't get monetized as quickly and you don't earn as much money. But you forget, we create content as a passion and a hobby for the most part. You don't even get monetized on places until you reach 1,000, sometimes 10,000 people who subscribe to your channel. You've done so much before that happens that it's got to be something that you like. So I can't just go right into the content, as a lot of people say, on all my videos. On some of them, I keep them short. This one, I might go to like 12, 13 minutes. I might cut a lot of this out, but not this part. So now that that's said and out of the way, so if you've been getting your wages garnished, or if you know anyone who's gotten their wages garnished that have been in default, they can take 15% of either your regular payroll checks or your tax return. I got a cousin, she's had her wages garnished with her tax return every year the last 5 years. How crazy is that? Just give them the whole thing. They don't even take the whole thing. They'll give her like, I think they take more than 15% of her check though. Like they take like half of her. I don't know how much she owes and how much she's defaulted, but they take a good amount, honestly. So if you've been in default, if you've owed and hadn't been making payments on your student loans, right now under the CARES Act, they've exempted and halted all default garnishments until September 30th. The Department of Education has announced that they will refund up to $1.8 billion with a B to over 830,000 people who've had their wages garnished on or after March 13th. So if you've had your wages garnished after March 13th, then that means you can contact the Department of Education. Well, it should be already be in effect, but you should get full refunds of your money that they've garnished up to that point. Now, before that point, let's cut your losses. You lost that. After September 30th, expect that to start back happening. But for that period of time, for right now, you should be getting your full payroll no matter what. You need to contact your employer if you aren't, because they are responsible for making sure that you get your full payroll. Tax returns. I know I just talked about tax returns and kind of told you the deal, but this is something you need to know. If you haven't filed your tax return yet and you're waiting because you feel that they may garnish your wages, go ahead and file right now. Go quick. Stop listening to this. Put it on pause. Come back to it later. file your tax return, because you're going to get your full tax return. They are not garnishing your tax return. Usually the government will intercept your tax return like they Dion in the Super Bowl. Not this year, not these 6 months. So I wouldn't wait if I were you. I know the tax return deadline has been extended. Don't abide by that. Go ahead. They want you to go ahead and file your tax return. They want you to get your full amount. They are not going to garnish your wages. So go ahead and file your tax return. But what you need to know regarding that is the fact that if you've already filed before March 13th and they garnish your wages and accepted your tax return, like I said, the same goes for if regular wage garnishment. If they intercepted your tax return as a result of receiving payment, it's gone. That money is gone. You filed a couple weeks too early, my friend. You just lost that money. Now let's move on to disability and Social Security benefits. I know, it's crazy. They come after you from every angle. It's like the Spaghetti Junction here in Atlanta. They will try through all avenues. The government is what I'm talking about. The Department of Education specifically. They want their money. So they will take your disability and they will take your Social Security. Don't think that they won't. I'm going to delve into that in future videos, but now just know it goes into the pot. It's forgiven right now. You're good. You can get those checks, tax return. As your Social Security and disability benefits, you're going to get full benefits that you've been receiving before they started garnishing. So you'll get that up until September 30th as well. That should help out a lot. One nuisance that they also stopped, honestly, I didn't know that they put this nuisance in the bill until I actually read the bill. Collection costs are going to be halted. That's right. You guys don't have to worry about missing calls from your mama because you thought that she was the government calling about collecting the debt. You can answer your phone now until September 30th without having to screen everything through Google, putting their automated voice on saying that you can't come to the phone right now. You don't have to worry about the Uber Eats guy who's calling your phone from a random number and you missed your Uber Eats because you thought it was somebody collecting a debt. Now you get your money in full and you don't have to worry about someone doing debt collection calls. I'm going to put the number below that you can call if someone continues to contact you from a public student loan debt collection. Now, this is your private student loans. If you have private loans, if you have Perkins or federal loans that are through a private lender, they can still contact you like everybody else who contact you, like Capital One or whoever. So this is only for public loans under the Department of Education. So like I said, keep in mind that this does not apply to private loans. They still gonna reach out to you. They want their money. So what's next? I don't like to give out just the information that I gave out previously, just saying what's going on right now. I kind of want to give out a few tips. I want you guys to know that you can't just sit idly by while these things are happening and not try to take advantage of them. Even though it's a time of great just depression, financial hardship, there are things we can do right now. That's the whole purpose of my last few posts. We can get financially stable from what they have been giving us government wise. With that being said, first thing I need you to do is be aware that this could be extended. We are not yet at a point where we have an FDA approved antibody for this virus. So people should still be sheltering. People should still not be congressing in such a close fashion as they've been doing. But right now, as I've been saying 10,000 times, now is the perfect time to not have to worry about having your wages garnished, having your tax return taken from you and accepted from you, not having to worry about your Social Security checks being taken. You have a little bit of extra income to where you can grab hold of your financial life again. So what I suggest is, if you are in a situation where you can go ahead and pay off your student loans because of the extra expendable income, go ahead and do that. If you can pay off anything, any payment that you're making monthly payments on, and you're getting extra income because they are no longer collecting for student loan debt, or they are no longer garnishing wages or doing your monthly payments, go ahead, pay off your credit card. If you need to consolidate loans, do that right now. Now is the best time because there's no interest payments. You are in a position to where you can make great strides in your financial circumstances right now. If you are in default, as I previously stated, Now is a great time to get back in good standing. Pay the money. So however much you're defaulted on, now if it's like $10,000, come on now. Like, I know you're not gonna be able to pay that back in 6 months. I mean, where are you getting the money from? You hadn't had it in the last 2-3 years. They've been collecting payments from you. But contact Department of Education. They will work with you, of course, in some regard. They will take that money and they'll at least put a dent in what you owe. So try to get back in good standing with them. I will put a few more tips in future videos. I got a lot more content I have to put out. Honestly, I just hadn't been doing it just because of editing purposes. But just keep making strides. Everyone keep trying to work as much as you can. Here's the life. Please don't forget to comment and give me suggestions. I love comments. I love suggestions. And I will adhere to ones that are valid. Like I said, some of them that are not will get thrown out the window. But like, share, subscribe. Here's the life.